A very good morning, class 11. So, let's continue with the topic which we have started. That is from the book Snapshot. We have started One Act Play of Mother's Day written by J.P. Presley. So, here we are learning about it how in any family, the lady of the family, especially housewife if we talk about, or even the mother, they have been taken us for granted. People don't show the love, respect, and affection towards her. And she's doing all the work selflessly. But in return, she just wants the affection from the family members, but she's not getting that. So, this story, this one act play, as I mentioned, one act means in one way go only, this different scenes were performed in a particular time period. So here we are getting to know that how we need to tell to the family members also that only one day is not enough to celebrate. We need to show the good behavior towards the lady of the house every time. Especially housewife also, because she is doing 24/7 without even having any salary or wages in her hand. So we need to teach. So here, Mrs. Pearson, Annie Pearson, she is the mother, the wife, basically, who is taken for granted by her husband George Pearson, daughter Doris, and son Cyril. So she is having Mrs. Fitzgerald, the neighbor, Mrs. Fortune teller. They both had a cup of tea, and Mrs. Pearson, when she narrated about all the episode, Mrs. Fitzgerald said, "I'm ready to help you out." So she suggested her to exchange the soul because Mrs. Pearson was not ready to speak boldly. She was so soft and calm. So Mrs. Fitzgerald basically told her that let's change these souls. Bodies will be same, there will be no doubt. Bodies will be same, but souls will change. So she did that magic mantra. She chanted that magic mantra, she spelled those words, and they exchanged their souls. So here we have read till now. Let's continue from here. So we are on page number 36. So they have exchanged their souls, bodies remain the same. So now let's see what happened here. So Mrs. Pearson says, "See what I mean, dear." She notices the cigarette. Hey, so basically Mrs. Fitzgerald, or the main one basically, she had the cigar and that drink in her hand, and Mrs. Pearson was opposite to her. So she said about it, "Don't worry, I'm here with you." So their personalities were there. Now Mrs. Fitzgerald with Mrs. Pearson's personality, you need to understand here. Oh, it's happened. So she was surprised to see that, oh, it's already, we have changed the bodies. Uh, but bodies was saying basically we have changed the soul, sorry. Of course it happened. Very neat. Didn't know I had it in me. But whatever shall I do, Mrs. Fitzgerald, George and the children can't see me like this. So Mrs. Fitzgerald is only saying the statement because Mrs. Fitzgerald's body is saying, but in her there was a soul of Mrs. Pearson. She said that my husband and children can't see me like this. They aren't going to. That's the point. They have me to deal with. Only they want to know it. So Mrs. Fitzgerald made her assure, "Don't worry. You will be there in front of them only. Your body will be there as you are. But inside you, I am here. My soul is there. So I am going to talk to them." So what if we can't change back? It would be terrible. So she was worried if we would not be able to change our places again. So she said, "Don't worry. We would be able to change our places. If you had to live my life, it wouldn't be so bad. You would have more fun as me than you have that as you." So she said in a very lighter mode, "If you would be in my body only, so don't worry. You will enjoy only. You will be having more fun." "Yes, but I don't want to anybody else." "Now stop worrying. It's easier changing back." She said, "Don't worry. We can change it back again. I have got to deal with your family first. That's the idea, isn't it? Didn't know how to begin with them, you said. Well, I will show you." So she said, "The first idea is that I need to deal with your family members. You said earlier you don't know how to do it. Let me show you now." "But what I'm going to do?" So she said, what I will do now?" She said, "Go into my house. From there, pop back and see how we are doing. And from there, you just observe what I'm doing at your place. Better get off now before one of them comes." So she said, "It's better you should go right now. Otherwise, anyone can come right now." "I suppose that best. You sure it will be all right?" "It will be wonderful. Now off you go, dear." So she said, "Don't worry. Everything would be fine. You just go to my place." So Mrs. Fitzgerald's body went, but in her there was the soul of Mrs. Pearson. And Mrs. Pearson's body was sitting, but in her there was the soul of Mrs. Fitzgerald. So now Doris Pearson enters from left. pretty girl in her early 20s who would be pleasant enough if she had not been spoiled. So she was like a spoiled girl. Mom, you will have to iron my yellow silk. I must wear it tonight. What are you doing? So Doris, as soon as she entered, she asked from her mother. She said that you need to iron, you need to press my yellow silk dress because I need to wear it tonight as I'm going out. So what are you doing? So because she was astounded to see her mother in a very different manner because she was having a cigar and a glass in her hand. So she said, what are you doing? So Mrs. Pearson now uses her ordinary voice, but her manner is not fluttering and apologetic, but cool and incisive. So she used that positive, that cool voice only, but there was the order. There was some cool attitude now. What do you think I am doing? Whitewashing the ceiling. So when Doris raised the question, what are you doing? So she said, what? What do you think? That I'm whitewashing the ceiling? So she hadn't given that direct answer. She gave the answer in a different manner. But you are smoking. That's right, dear. No law against it is there. So Doris asked, but you are smoking. So basically, Mrs. Pearson was a lady who never smoked. So she said, oh yeah, I know, but no laws against it. But I thought you didn't smoke. Then you thought wrong. Are we having tea in the kitchen? Have it where you like, dear. So next question Doris asked, that are we having any cup of tea in the kitchen? She said, you can go and you can take it on your own. Do you mean it isn't ready? So she asked, is the tea not ready? Yours isn't. I have had all I want. Might go out later and get a square meal at the Clarendon. She said, my tea was ready. I had taken. You can go inside and you can prepare your own tea. So Doris was surprised to see the attitude of her mother because Mrs. Pearson never behaved with her earlier in this manner. She always used to, whatever Doris used to tell her, she always used to do. She used to give a cup of her tea, used to iron her clothes and everything. So that was something else. Who might? I might. What do you think? Mom, what's the matter with you? So she asked, what's the matter? What happened to you? Don't be silly. It's not me that's being silly, and I must say it's a bit much when I have been working hard all day and you can't even bother to get my tea ready. Did you hear what I said about my yellow silk? So mother said, don't worry, there is no matter. So Doris said, yes, there is much more than that. You are not taking it. I am very tired. I came from my work. I have worked so hard all day and my tea isn't ready and even you are not ironing my yellow silk. No, don't you like it now? I never did. Of course I like it and I'm going to wear it tonight. So I want it ironed. So Mrs. Pearson, because I don't like your yellow silk dress. So she said, but I like it. I want that you should iron so that I can wear. Want it iron? What do you think it's going to do? Iron itself? No, you're going to iron it for me. You always do. Well, this time I don't. And don't talk rubbish to me about working hard. I have a good idea how much you do, Doris Pearson. I put in twice the hours you do and get no wages, no thanks to it. What are you going to wear? Why are you going to wear your yellow silk? Where are you going? So she said, if you really want to wear that dress, you need to iron yourself. But she said, but you always used to do it. So she said, today I will not do. And then she said, as you're saying about it, you're very tired, you work a whole day. So I put double hours than you. I worked so hard than you, Mrs. Pearson, her mother said. But in return, I'm not getting any money in my hand. And why you want to wear that yellow silk dress? Where are you going? So she said, I'm going out with Charlie Spence. Why? What's the matter with you? Why shouldn't I go with Charlie Spence? So mother was surprised that she was going with Charlie Spence because mother didn't like that. Can't you find anyone better? I wouldn't be seen dead with Charlie Spence. So she said, he's not that kind of a good person. When I was your age, I have found somebody better than Charlie Spence or given myself as a bad job. Oh, shut up. So Doris started crying because Mrs. Pearson said very bad for Charlie Spence with whom she was going for the dinner. So she started crying and she went away from that place. Then Cyril entered, her son, his masculine counterpart of Doris. Mom, hello mom, tea ready. So when he even entered, he raised the first question, Mom, is tea ready? She said, why not? I couldn't bother. No, why not? I couldn't bother. Feeling off color or something? She said, no. So he asked why. So Cyril only asked, feeling off color or something? Are you okay or something? Never felt better in my life. What's the idea then? Just a change. Well, snap out of it, ma, and get cracking, having too much time. So she said, this is the best time I am feeling. So she said, Mom, please stop it. What are you doing? So mother said, it's a change and I'm happy with this change. I have plenty of time. Yes, but I haven't. Got a busy night tonight. Did you put my things out? So he said, I need to go out. I'm not having the time to discuss more. Have you put my things out? So even he gave the order. Even he raised that whether you have done my work or not. Can't remember. When I asked you this morning, you promised. You said you would have to look through them first in case there was any mending. So I said, but in the morning you promised that you will do my work. If there would be any mending work required, repairing work required, you will do it. Yes, well, now I have decided I don't like mending. So she said, yeah, in the morning I have told you, but now I don't like it. That's a nice way to talk. What would happen if we all talk like that? So Sahil asked, you're talking very nicely. So he was saying in a sarcastic manner. What would happen if we will all talk in this manner? We all do talk like that. If there's something at home you don't want to do, you don't do it. If it's something at your work, you get the union to bar it. Now, all that's happened is that I have joined the movement. Mrs. Pearson said, but in reality, you all are doing this thing only with me. And now, if I am also doing it, you are not liking that behavior. I don't get this, mom. What's going on? So Mrs. Pearson said, changes. Now, Mrs. Pierce, Doris enters to that scene. You look terrible, Mrs. Pearson. I wouldn't wear that face even for Charlie Spence. Doris, oh, shut up about Charlie Spence. And anyhow, I'm not ready yet, just dressing. And if I do look terrible, it's your fault. You made me cry. So Mrs. Pearson said, you're not looking good. You're looking terrible. So she said, I'm still getting ready as I need to go with Charlie Spence. And you made me cry. Why? What did she do? Cyril asked. Never you mind. Have we any stout left? I can't remember, Mrs. Pearson. Have we any stout left? Now, stout is something, a drink kind of a thing. So she asked, any stout left now? So Cyril asked, bottle or two, I think. What, you don't want stout now? I do. What for? To drink, you Claude. So Cyril asked, yes, might be there would be 2 bottles for it, but I don't think you want it right now. So mother said, obviously I need it to drink here. So Mrs. Pearson exits, and they were brother and sister, and they were talking about Mrs. Pearson, their mother. So Doris saying that, have you noticed any change in the mother? So he said, yeah, tea was not ready. So Doris said, well, I'm glad it's both of us. I thought I have done something. So Doris said, I thought that only mother behaved with me in this manner. So he said, no, even she behaved with me in this manner. So Doris said she was smoking, she was playing cards. I couldn't believe our mother was not like this. So Cyril said, I asked her so whether everything is fine or not. So Doris said, well, she's suddenly all different. She is behaving different. She made me cry. And earlier she was not like that. So Cyril said, I haven't noticed that. So brother mentioned, I haven't noticed that. Doris said, she doesn't to me. Do you think she could have hit her head or something? So Doris said, I think that mother might have hit her head somewhere. That's why she is behaving in a different manner. Do you mean she is balmy? Now, balmy means like insane kind of a thing. No, you fat head. You know, concussion she might have. So they both brother and sister were talking about, and Doris even said, let's if she's going to be like this when dad comes home. So they were worried. Now when father will come, how she is going to behave with it. So here we are just discussing about that when they have exchanged soul, that how soul of Mrs. Pritzker or Mrs. Pearson behaved with Doris and Cyril, and they were talking about it, what would happen when father will enter. So I really hope this is clear to you. So rest we will continue tomorrow. Thank you. God bless you.